Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name Afida Munawati. I am English teacher at MTS Sarhuda Wonodadi Blitar, Indonesia. I want to join the International Conference on Islam Law Society with my article entitled The Effect of Collaborative Strategic Reading on Students' Reading Ability Across Different Learner Personalities. This article presents the effect of collaborative strategic reading on students' reading ability across different learner personalities. It aims to know the effect of using GSR have better on reading ability than those taught by using conventional teaching strategy. It is also to know the effect of GSR on introversion learning styles and conventional teaching strategy have better reading ability than those with extraversion learning styles. It also to know any interaction or not between teaching strategy and the student's learning style. Objective of this article is to find the effect of GSR on student reading ability. There are some aspects to be investigated. The first, the student taught by using GSR have better reading ability than those taught by using conventional teaching strategy. The second, the students with introversion learning style taught by using GSR and conventional teaching strategy have better reading ability than those with extraversion learning style. The third, there is interaction or not between teaching strategy and the student learning style. The methods were conducted in an experimental research design. A quasi-experimental design utilized because some factors which made the researcher impossible to use through experimental design. Basically, the experimental and the control group participated in almost similar teaching and learning activities. The difference between those two groups was on the strategy being used. The experimental group was using GSR and the control group was taught by conventional strategy. A factorial design also applied in this research. A factorial design is one in which the researcher manipulates two or more variables simultaneously in order to investigate the independent effect of each variable on the dependent variable, as well as the effect caused by interaction among the several variables, according to 2010. The design, called a 2 by 2 factorial design, to indicate the level involved at each independent variable. The treatment of GSR conducted to the experimental group, where the conventional strategy was conducted in the control group. The steps to the GSR strategy in teaching reading ability of this research was designed based on the adaptation of GSR procedure promoted by Klinger. There were two phases in the 8 meeting treatments: explicit instruction of GSR strategy from the first to second meeting and collaborative application of GSR strategy from the third up to the 8th meeting. The treatment done in 8 meetings. All the 4 GSR strategies were practiced in each meeting with specific term allotment. The students were scaffolded in the practice of each GSR strategy in the first 4 meetings of the collaborative application. The 7th and the 8th meeting, the teacher only monitoring, give assistance, and facilitate classroom interaction. The structured step of the GSR in 8 meetings shows that the student in the experimental group has sufficient time to learn recount text, learn to apply GSR, and practice GSR while reading English text. This finding of this article is pertinent to the theory of GSR according Klinger 2007, which states that the goal of this strategy is to improve students' reading ability. The significant effect of GSR compared to conventional teaching strategy on students' reading ability consistent with the majority of the previous research. GSR can facilitate students to cover the problem faced in reading ability and reinforce collaboration as well as communication. The statistical analysis found that there was no significant difference on reading ability between students with extraversion learner personality and those with introversion learner personality. The effect interaction between learner personality and reading ability was not found. The interaction effect found on the teaching strategy and reading ability that GSR was proven to help the student perform better than those taught using conventional teaching strategy on reading ability post-test. This article inferred three conclusions to draw based on findings. There was significant difference in the reading ability between students taught by using GSR and those taught using conventional teaching strategy. The students taught by using GSR had better reading ability than those using the conventional teaching strategy. This effect indicated by increasing of the student score in reading ability using the GSR strategy compared to the result of the student taught by using conventional strategy. The treatment, fidelity or quality of the GSR instruction lived as a contribute factor to the positive effect of GSR on students' reading ability. There was no significant difference between students with extraversion learner personality and those with introversion learner personality in their reading ability. Both students' learner personality get benefits from teaching strategies in different ways. The learning experience of extraversion students enhanced by brainstorming, group work, discussion, and the use of cue cards, while the learning experience of introversion students enhanced by reading, explicit instruction, and modeling in GSR, the use of learning log, and the procedural strategies. There was no interaction between teaching strategy and learner personalities to students' reading ability. The positive effect estimates of learner personality implies that in all probability students with extraversion learner personality would achieve better than those with introversion learner personality in the long-time continuity of GSR implementation. I think that's all of my speech. Forgive if I have many mistakes. The last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.